All right, let's just jump right in. We're going to explore something that looks like music, but it's so much more than just sound. I mean, imagine a system where every note is an emotion, every lyric is a secret code for the elements, and a song, well, a song can literally paint a room with colored light. Pretty wild, right? Welcome to the world of Arreqqana resonance. Your heart hums in sacred rhythm. Wow. Just let that line sink in for a second. What kind of song even has a lyric like that? It's not just beautiful poetry, you know? It's a key. It's a window into a totally different way of thinking about what music can be.
So where does that incredible line come from? Well, it's from a love song. It's called Nanomara Lakia, and the translation is just gorgeous. Love in harmony. And this isn't just any old tune. For us right now, it's the key that's going to unlock this entire musical universe.
So, what does this love song actually sound like? If we tried to describe it in our own musical terms, you'd probably call it tender, almost celestial. It's got this slow, loving pulse at 76 beats per minute. The key, E-flat Lydian, gives it this, this wonderfully hopeful rising quality. And you'd hear things like harp, a soft choir, this instrument called a water flute, and some really gentle strings. It's beautiful, for sure. But the real magic? Oh, that's hidden way deeper, inside its very structure. And that brings us to the first big piece of the puzzle. See, in Arreqqana music, the lyrics aren't just pretty words that fit the melody. No. They are a literal code, a code for the fundamental building blocks of the entire universe. And get this, it's not even subtle. It's a direct one-to-one connection. So the phrase, sa re fa me, which means your breath lights the flame, well, it literally corresponds to the elements of air and fire. Then you have lo va tina, your eyes hold the river's calm, and yep, that links directly to water and earth. It's this incredible system where language, meaning, and the physical world are all woven together, right into the fabric of the music. Which, makes you wonder, what kind of system even allows for this? How could you possibly write music this way? A love song that's also, I guess, a kind of elemental map of the universe. How does that work? Well, the answer is a concept that's totally central to Arreqqana culture. It's called the 9 scales of resonance. And believe me, this is the engine that makes all of this possible. Okay, so the most important thing here is to completely change how you think about a musical scale. Forget the idea of a ladder of notes going up and down in pitch. That's not what this is. In this system, the 9 notes are really, well, they're more like energetic fields. Each one represents a core vibration of the soul. So it's not a ladder of pitch, it's more like a spiral of pure feeling. And what's so brilliant is that the scale itself tells a story. The order of the tones isn't random at all. It's a journey. It's a progression from the physical body to breath, from breath up to the spirit, and from the spirit all the way to pure light. So let's do it. Let's break down each of these 9 secret tones and really see what's going on under the hood. All right, here are the first 4. The first tone, sa, that's our starting point, our root note. It represents air, that first awakening breath. From there, we move to re, which brings in the element of water. Think flow, empathy. Then comes fa, which is fire, that spark, that desire. And me grounds it all in earth, stability, love. You can already feel a little story taking shape, right? Just in those first 4 tones. And the journey continues. Lo introduces the element of shadow. Not evil, but mystery, intuition. Va is stone, strength, patience. Ti is spirit, that feeling of vision, of transcendence. Then na feels like coming home, kind of like our octave, but it's all about compassion and release. And then there's he. This one is special. It's an ethereal tone, something outside our normal scale, and it signifies absolute completion, oneness, the sound of becoming one with everything. But wait, it gets even deeper, because in this system, a single tone is never just a single sound. It's a whole experience with multiple layers. You see, every composition is built in 4 distinct layers. First, you have the tone itself, the pure pitch from a voice or an instrument. Then there's the glow, which is like its harmonic echo or reverb. Third is the pulse, the rhythmic spirit, like a heartbeat underneath it all. And then, and this is just amazing, the color, a literal visual aura that's projected during a performance. When you put all 4 of those layers together, you get what's called a Kuya spiral, basically a sonic mandala. Okay, so now that we have all these incredible pieces, the elemental lyrics, the emotional tones, the layers of sound and light, let's go back to where we started. Let's rebuild that love song, Na Numerale Lakia, and see it in a whole new way. This is where it gets really mind-bending, because this is where sound becomes sight. Every single one of those 9 tones has its own specific color. So when a song is performed, these colors are projected, literally turning the music into this visual prayer that fills the whole room. You're not just listening to the music anymore, you are inside it. And we're not talking about just random blobs of color either. These are specific visual motifs. So sa, the tone of breath, shows up as a pale silver mist. Re, the tone of flow, looks like soft blue ribbons of water. Fa, the fire tone, actually projects these beautiful arcs of golden sparks. It is a complete, full-blown synesthetic experience. All right, this is it, moment of truth. Let's put it all together and trace the entire emotional and sensory journey of this song, measure by measure, using everything we now know. So the first measure plays the tones sa, re, fa, and mi. Now, we know this isn't just a simple melody. It's a very specific, emotional story. It's the story of love beginning, that first breath of an awakening, which leads to an empathetic connection, which then sparks the ignition of desire and finally finds a home in the stability of love. It's all right there in the notes. Then, the second measure kicks in with lo, va, ti, and na. And the emotional journey just gets deeper. Now it's exploring the mysterious depth of that connection, the resilience and strength needed to make it last, the spiritual revelation that comes from true partnership, and finally, that ultimate compassionate surrender to the feeling of love. And then, the climax of the entire song. It's just a single, final tone, ki. This is the resolution. This is the sound of completion, the sound of 2 souls achieving a perfect, harmonious oneness. And this final detail, honestly, it's just breathtaking. The most profound part of the performance is that the final note, Q, isn't actually sung with a tone. It's performed with breath only. Think about that. It signifies a unity so complete, so eternal, that it exists beyond sound itself. So when you boil it all down, Arreqqana music isn't really something you just listen to. It's not a performance you watch. It's an experience. It's a carefully crafted journey of energy, emotion, and light that's designed to be felt just as much as it's heard. Which kind of leaves us with a pretty fascinating question, doesn't it? If music can be all of this, a system for communicating elemental truth, for mapping the journey of the soul, then what are we really listening to when we put on our own favorite songs? What kind of deeper energies and hidden stories are waiting for us just beneath the surface of the notes?